Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
Stutter, my brother, what's happening?
Hey, fantasy, it's session. We talking touchdowns, receptions, interceptions. They got a ban the kicker, we need that correction. Swap them out, we flexing. How many of y'all you collect? We tryna get that winning record. Fantasy, it's session.
Yeah.
What up, though?
And we back. In the spirit of Javar not here with us. He might show up, he might not. All depending on how the good brother.
I doubt it.
Welcome to another episode of Fantasy in Session, the podcast. Today is October the 15th, and the boys are back in town, as always, wherever you're listening to this at. Man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm out of breath, bro. During the intro,
bro. God damn. Boy.
I tried to run to the room.
You gonna make it through the show? You fucking up on
I
the
tried
intro,
to run to the room and get back to the charge. I was like, shit, gotta make it. It was like that fucking Olympics.
Damn.
But
it's all good, though, bro.
Shout out to everybody that's listening. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with the campaign. Make sure you subscribe, like, and follow all that good stuff. If you haven't already, tell a friend to tell a friend where you've been. Got the best fantasy news in the land. Let's give a moment of silence out to the Black kings and queens out there that's losing their lives. And we back. But yeah, man, I just did a goddamn 100-yard hurdle just to get back to the show for y'all boys. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling after Thursday night, the Eagles versus the Bucks?
A little bit of mixed feelings, you know. Did have Jalen Hurts going in a couple places, and that was good news. But that, man, it remains true through 6 weeks, man. Like, if you have Jalen Hurts, don't watch the game. just be happy from the points that you get, bro, because this is the second time I've seen him like on prime time, so I've been able to watch the whole game, bro. And I'm like, bro, this is going to be the week that he doesn't finish as a QB1, and then whoop. Freaking the fourth quarter comes, bro. He just like running all over motherfuckers. It's like he tries to give the offense a chance, like the first half. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna go through the offense, I'm gonna go through my reads and all that shit. And then the second half, he's like, all right, this shit ain't working, bro. So he takes it into his own hand, kind of like Paul Crew in longest yards. Like, fuck it, I'll just do it myself.
But he doesn't look good at times, though. He doesn't look.
He doesn't, bro. And honestly, bro, I'm not to say that he's just like some superstar to just not being set up to succeed, bro. That's not the case at all. Like, he's definitely, rough around the edges, but he has shown some good signs at times, bro. But I think one of the biggest problems is this offense, bro. This coaching staff or whoever's out here calling up these plays, bro, because it just doesn't seem like an offense suited for Jalen Hurts, bro. So. It's no pre-snap motion. It's no creativity. It's just weird, bro. It just looks like a bland offense, bro. And it just shouldn't be like that when you have a rushing quarterback like that and a playmaker in Emmanuel Sanders and Devontae Smith, a Heisman Trophy winner, and the offense looks like shit. So
Kenneth Gainwell should be looking way better than Kenneth Gainwell.
That was weird too. It's just like, bro, have y'all not watched any film? Y'all don't watch no film, bro? Like, what the fuck, bro?
I started him too. Hey, let them know how you did. Let them know who all did you start. You told me to start them. You had a whole speech of that.
Well, I said I wouldn't be surprised. I said I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
Oh, well, I feel like I was very surprised.
you taught me off the ledge, bro. You was like, not season long. I was like, bro, maybe.
I didn't have no choice. I didn't have no choice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was actually myself personally.
You made me happy. I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
I mean, but bro, the game plan that was what you should have. That was what they should have did. They should have passed more to the running backs, bro. Because we've seen multiple teams do that, bro, and it's just.
Facts.
I mean, I guess we just assumed competence from this coaching staff, and I don't think we could assume that anymore, bro. I think the process is right.
That's what happened when you fired a Super Bowl winning coach for no reason. He won with a backup quarterback. Hey, man, keep it going right quick. I got to do another 100-yard hurdle to go get my charger.
Yeah, damn, hurry up, bro.
All right, here we go.
But, yeah, so if you started Antonio Brown, I feel like you were happy. He had 13 targets out there, still playing on like half of the snaps as Godwin and Edmonds. But when he's out there, man, the same thing happened last year. It's happening again this year. He is targeting AB when he's out there, bro. And I think anybody else that you started from – receiver-wise from the Bucks, disappointing days. Evans and Godwin had a disappointing day, and that's just what you got to live with. when there's so many playmakers on the other side. Any receiver you started, trash.
It's been a couple disappointing days from those Tampa Bay wide receivers, though. Not just one.
Exactly that. But that's honestly how I feel like nobody should be surprised at this point, though. It's just too many like pieces out there, bro. And it wasn't like no shootout. They were controlling the whole game. So when they get in game scripts like that, it's just not everybody's gonna eat. So, but it was good to see Leonard. Yeah, OJ, that was weird as fuck. I was thinking about playing OJ Howard in DFS, like a little Thursday night showdown. And I looked at the stats and shit. I'm like, okay, they've been using OJ Howard as a primary pass blocking tight end. And Cameron Brate's been running the routes, bro. They come out yesterday and it's OJ Howard, bro. It's like, bruh, you just can't predict. This just goes to show you cannot predict all of this shit. You will never be able to predict all of it, bro. So if he was, we'd all be rich.
Yeah, on the other side of the ball, like you said, that Devonta Smith, he's gonna have to earn it now. It's just that's too unpredictable. But Zach Ertz, though, as a tight end, he looked. I mean, we thought he was gonna do that, and he did what we thought he was gonna do. So I'm happy that happened. We got a question. That's all you could ask for sure. We got a question before we get in here. Need 2 wide receivers. Got Robert Woods, Claypool, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Williams, Marvin Jones, and Chanel. I got Hubbard at the flex. Should I take him out for one of these guys? Well, I don't know if CMC certified out.
I already wrote out.
Mother.
He's already wrote out. yeah. I can tell you've been busy today, bro.
Yeah, I've been moving, bro. I've been moving.
Like 5 hours ago almost.
Hey, shout out to Joey to put me on the news. I would definitely not take Herbert out.
Hubbard, yeah, I would definitely keep him in there. He's going to get the guaranteed volume.
Yep.
All these other guys is literally up and down. They're like wide receiver, back end wide receiver 2, maybe, and then high end wide receiver 3. So I'd rather go with that solidified RB2.
Oh, he still need 2 though.
Oh, he need 2.
Yeah, he need 2.
So he got okay. So keep Hubbard in the flex.
Yeah, keep Hubbard in the flex.
Woods and Sutton.
I like Claypool with no Juju.
I like Claypool. It's just Big Ben is just like,
Big Ben is so trash.
Really
but Claypool looked good last week off his 7.
Let me see my rankings.
I haven't had time to do mine.
So I said Woods. That's what I say. Woods and Sutton. Let me see if my rankings reflect that. Nope. Claypool and Woods. So you're right. Yeah. I think I would go with Claypool and Woods. They're the same tier.
Woods, Hubbard.
Yep.
That's it for Thursday.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey man, let's give it people what they're here for. On to the first game. If you don't hear your game that you're looking for, we probably did it on the last episode. Go check out the first episode. We got the Rams at the Giants, right? First game, 9.5 point favorite at Rams, or over under 48. How do you feel about the Rams' chances against the Giants, or rather the Giants' chances against the Rams? I heard Daniel Jones is going to be back. He's fully certified to go. We already know no Saquon. Devin Booker, he's a lot. I mean, he's a lot, but I feel like against the Rams, it's probably going to be a rough matchup, but he got the guaranteed volume like we always love to speak about.
Exactly. And he was like top 10, I want to say, in expected production last week, so that is good to see. What this goes to show, he wasn't just the volume that was propping him up. He looked okay last week, and he's going to get all of the volume. Matchup is tough though, so I guess you could rank him like maybe like a middling RB2, I would say. But he's a strong, especially with bye weeks and so many injuries around the league.
So many injuries.
It's not too many options you can really start over him. So if you got him, I feel like he's almost a must play, like a flex at the least.
The wide receivers, Sterling Shepard, Kadarius Toney. I don't think Slayton is healthy, but I know Sterling Shepard is back. Kadarius Toney, we had a big week last week. You always got to be wary of those trap games. After a big blow-up week, people chasing the points. How do you feel about Kadarius Toney against those Rams?
I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to sit him, bro, because you got Day missing again this week, or not again, he's ruled out already. You got Shepard did say he was coming back, so it's really just Shepard and Toney, bro. Got Ingram out there too, but I think Tony, brother, he showed his playmaking last week. That elite upside playmaking, bro. That dude just moves differently, bro. He has something that you just cannot teach to people, bro. Like he has that Tyreek Hill like quickness, bro. So, I mean, I'm cool with him as a wide receiver 3. I am aware that it is trap game potential, bro, but they don't have a lot of options out there. So, and they're 10-point or 9.5-point underdog. So, I feel like any competent coaching staff would find a way to get him involved. So I'm fine with him as like a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, you gotta trust the volume. They threw it to him 13 times.
Monster, bro.
Yeah, even if he gets half of that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he gets 13 targets again, but I think if he does, that's great news for me. But 7 targets, 6-7 targets, you know what I'm saying? Something explosive off those 6-7 targets. I think that's what you could be looking for. You mentioned Evan Ingram. I think he's a good play. Like you mentioned, with just the lack of pass catchers out there. He did produce last week, and like Jabbar mentioned, he's going up in each week since he stepped on the field. He scored at least scored at least 9 points in the last two games. So I like him. On the other side of the ball, of course, you're going to start Darrell Henderson, Cooper Kupp. Robert Woods had a monster week last week, 27 PPR points. We got to hope that this keep going, man. We got to hope that the return of Robert Woods is back. Van Jefferson, he's still really boomer bust for me. You know what I mean? He's coming along, but it's not time for him yet. If any injury happened, though, that'd be great.
Exactly.
Tyler Higbee, love him. Seen 6 red zone targets this year, scored twice. Of course, you're going to roll him out there in this tight end landscape. How do you feel about Daniel Jones against the Rams?
Coming back off a concussion, it does look like he's going to play. I like him as a streaming option this week. I guess we could talk about some options because this is a tough defense he's playing against, but he's going to have that rushing upside. And he hasn't looked terrible. So Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence against Miami?
I like Trevor Lawrence.
I got Daniel one spot ahead, but they're super close. Daniel Jones or Taylor Heineke?
Who Taylor Heineke got again?
Kansas City.
Ooh, I like that. 55 over under. I like Heineke. He has a bunch of upside too.
Yep. So yeah, that's about the range that you're looking at if you're starting Daniel Jones. Good play, but it is other options out there. But of course, the Superflex, he's a solid QB2.
Yeah. That's all I got from that game. Got anything else?
Yep, pretty narrow.
On to the next game, we got those Washington football teams, like we mentioned, against the Kansas City Chiefs, over under 55. Chiefs 6.5-point favorites. What kind of starts do you got this week for the Kansas City Chiefs? Hey! Before I mention it, the Falcons have the same record as the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey, bro, chill, bro.
No,
you said that's your last episode. Hey, it is true. It is true.
It's a fact.
But I don't think.
And our defense.
That's why we play a whole season, though.
Our defense look a little bit better too. That's all
you're right. You're right. I mean, I hope that we could, pull it together. We went into a bye with the win, bro. I hope we can come out of the bye and look good too, bro. But you never know what you're gonna get with these Falcons, bro. Let it be real, bro. But as far as the Chiefs go, obvious starts: Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey. Some of the other guys I would start, though, is Daryl Williams, of course, with Clyde Edwards-Helaire on short-term IR. He's going to be missing at least the next 3 weeks. Daryl Williams will get his first career start, and he has a great matchup. The football team is allowing the 10th most points to opposing running backs. McKinnon, of course, he will be worked in, but of course, that's going to limit his ceiling. But I do expect Daryl Williams to get the majority of the work, and so he should be a solid RB2 in this projected shootout. Don't have any obvious sits out here. Fringe players, I want to talk about Miko Harmon. He saw a career high in targets and catches last week. Came away with 76 yards. So the volume was great to see, but, that's the first time he's seen any of that type of volume. They were pretty much playing catch-up that whole game, I want to say. I don't know if they were playing catch-up the whole game, but the Bills are pretty much controlling that whole game.
Yeah, the Bills are beating them.
Exactly. So we can't be certain that he'll see that type of volume going, of course. And then you got Josh Gordon working into the system and everything. So he's like a fringe play. Washington has been soft against receivers as a whole, but Harmon has a tough matchup primarily. 53% of his snaps come out of the slot, so he'll see Cameron Curl, who has a PFF grade of 73 and is allowing a 57% catch rate. So I personally be looking for other options, but Harmon does have the potential to win you a week from one play. So I'm viewing him as a boomer bust flex play.
I like it.
On to the other side of the ball.
I like it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. Like I said, I'm personally looking for other options, but if you're in the pickle, then
if you're in the pickle,
if you're in a pickle, Washington, Taylor Heineke is a start for me. He's a good streaming option. Horrible week last week. He only had he had 0 touchdowns and 2 picks. Only finished with 10 fantasy points. New Orleans is third against opposing quarterbacks, so that should have been a little bit expected what he did last week. But he does get a great spot to bounce back this week. Kansas City is allowing the most points to quarterbacks. Like, they are bleeding points to the quarterback positions. So that is good news for him. Of course, you got the high over under. They're underdogs, so they will have to throw. And he's also has the 6th most rushing attempts among quarterbacks and has the 7th most yards. So even if he struggles as a passer again, I think he has that rushing floor, which should keep him safe. So love him as a streaming option this week.
Love it.
Antonio Gibson, of course, you're starting him. Smash play against Kansas City. They're like a top 12. They're allowing like the top 12 to every position almost. Coming out 3 straight double-digit games, but the red flag is he did score in all 3 of those games. That's like the only double-digit points like that he has this year in games that come with the touchdown. And of course, that's because they're not using him in the passing game. So that's just something to be aware of. Like, of course, he has a great shot at a touchdown. But if he doesn't get a touchdown, he's just not being used in a passing game like that. So he's going to finish as like a middling RB2 if that happens. So just something to monitor. Don't get discouraged if he finishes as like a RB2, low end RB2 this week. Ricky Seals-Jones filled in for Logan Thomas. He's on. I don't know if he's on IR, but I know he should be out for a
I think probably like a couple more weeks now.
So he saw 9 targets last week in his first game, filling in for him. Didn't do much with him, but the volume is what was encouraging. Played most of his snap. Another good note is he played most of his snaps out wide and in the slot. So he's pretty much operating as a second receiving option, which raises his ceiling. And then he gets a great matchup with Kansas City, allowing the 5th most points to tight ends. Sorensen will be his primary matchup, who has a PFF grade of 34 and allowing an 80% catch rate. So fire up Ricky Seals-Jones as a great streaming option this week. Only got 1 fringe player, no sits. Adam Humphries. If you're dealing with injuries or bye weeks, I feel like you could do worse than Humphries. Second on the team in routes behind McLaurin. Has one of the highest over-unders on the week, and his primary matchup will be against Snead, who has a PFF grade of 51 and allowing an 81% catch rate. So don't force it into don't force him into your lineup. But if you're like stuck, back against the wall, don't have anybody to play, I don't think he's going to like sink your team this week. So I think Adam Humphries could be a good play if you need him. And that's it.
I never really thought about Adam Humphries, but how much the time?
I was just looking through the matchups. You said what?
This is really how much does Tanner Heineke spread the ball to me.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to be like a target hog or anything. It's good, Javar. Show ass to the show, bruh.
It's so crazy. And he's not even trying to come to the show. He's talking about some what's up. Let's get it.
Yeah. Not like, yo, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Nah, motherfucker.
Shit, the show open?
Oh, man, I was just about to goddamn boot up.
I was just
right
coming.
there, bro. But yeah, I just feel like on like normal weeks, maybe not, bro. But I just feel like with this high over under, they're going to be trailing in the game. They're going to have to pass the ball around. So I think he has a high enough floor to be considered this week. Nothing, man. Just consideration.
Hopefully, Patrick Mahomes. It's not even like Patrick Mahomes doing bad. Like you said, it's that defense, man. As long as they got that defense,
bro. They're gonna be in too many shootouts.
Arizona at the 3-point favorite Browns. I was surprised by them being the favorite. Did it change? You got anything?
Nah, that's what I got to.
That's crazy. 49.5-point favorites. I think I'm taking Arizona. Well, maybe they just think they're not going to be undefeated anymore. Arizona, I got Colin Murray. Of course, you're starting him. He is dealing with that shoulder injury. That is something we want to mention. I think we mentioned that in the last episode. Also, be aware that Cleveland Browns are giving up Wait a minute. Never mind. Yeah, you can just start him. DeAndre Hopkins dealing with the injury last week. We saw him get into the end zone for the first time since week 2, which always helps his day. We still haven't seen him get over those double-digit targets, so that's always something to be, you know what I'm saying? We're on the rise for that. So I know a lot of people are getting tested with DeAndre Hopkins, but I think you just got to ride the course. He is going to against Denzel Ward, but you still got to throw him out there. He's a lot to low to start. A couple of fringe starts that I got for Arizona is Chase Edmonds, who's also dealing with a shoulder injury, but he should be playing Sunday. That ceiling is always capped. I think we mentioned it during the offseason, like how many times he had gotten to the end zone. I want to say it was one time in like 2 years or something crazy like that. One end zone rush. And the story goes on, man. He hasn't had a touchdown receiving or rushing all year. So that's always going to cap his ceilings. He's still playing 60% of the snaps, so you can still throw him out there. Kansas City is 5th in fantasy points allowed to the running back. So they're really good against the run. That's why I don't really trust him. They're only giving up 57 yards per game on the ground and only 2 rushing touchdowns all year. I know James Conner has also scored a lot during the last 3 weeks, 5 touchdowns. It's basically in the same range as Edmonds with me. Vegas has Cleveland as favorites, and I think, like you mentioned earlier in the year, if Cleveland is in front, or if Arizona is chasing Cleveland, then James Conner won't have the opportunity to be on the field as much because he's not using pass catching downs. So he's really touchdown bust for me.
Exactly. That's you're playing with fire with James Conner because he's scoring like multiple touchdowns the last 2 weeks. So that's not going to continue, and I feel like Chase Edmonds just has a higher floor because he's getting targets. He's not really relying on touchdowns, which Conner is. So
I like it. I mean, I don't like it, but I like what you were saying. Pause. So yeah, I wouldn't force those 2 guys into your lineups. I know a lot of people are probably disappointed on Edmonds this year.
I mean, as a flex play, last week was just his only down game, and I guess it maybe depends on his health because that he had the reports about his health coming into last week and put up a dud. But before that, he was double digits every week.
It's not even that. I don't think he's good. It's the matchup also.
But against pass catching running backs, though, like maybe on the ground, but
the Browns opponents have been targeted. The Browns have targeted opponents have targeted the running backs for the Browns the 5th fewest times in the NFL this year. They're just not giving up they're not giving up points to the running back. Period.
Gotcha.
Sits for the Arizona Cardinals. I got Christian Kirk as a sit. He came back down to earth after looking like a breakout candidate earlier this year. Only 6 targets the last 2 weeks at under 50 yards and no touchdowns. And he's 3rd in the team in running routes. AJ Green is also a sit for me. The first week, not seeing 6 targets. Like I mentioned, he has seen 6 targets in every week. Before last week, only seeing 2 targets, catching 1 for 13 yards. He's still 2nd on the team in routes, only being targeted 16% of the routes ran. And that's the second, and he has the 2nd worst matchup according to PFF against Greedy Williams. So I just don't like that matchup. And Rondale Moore saw the most targets since week 2, that big breakout week 2. He did rush the ball 3 times, had a 97 yards total. I think this could be a Cordell Patterson, alert. Not yet. I wouldn't throw him in my lineup yet every week. He has played 48% of the snaps. That's a career high. So if we keep seeing a consistency of him being on the field, then I think we could feel comfortable starting him at that point.
I wouldn't mind him as a flex option this week. I feel like a lot of that had to do, last week was Max Williams getting hurt. They ran way more 4 receiver sets last week because of that. We don't know if it was because of that, but most likely was because of that. So of course, and we didn't talk about the Zach Ertz news, but they don't have Max Williams or Zach Ertz this week, so I feel like they are still going to run that type of offense. So
you said the Zach Ertz news? What? I was so confused. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Bro, you ain't heard about the Zach Ertz news, bro?
He got traded to
the Cardinals, bro.
Damn, dog, bro. No, bro, I've not
That
heard
boy has
That's
been
crazy.
out of it, bro. Because you mentioned when we talked about Zach Ertz in the beginning, I thought we was gonna mention it then, but we like
I told you I've been moving, bro. I had did my notes and I ain't really. If it wasn't part of my games, I ain't look at. Damn, so that's great.
It was this.
Can he play twice? Oh.
It's so funny, bro, because you're literally like 5 hours behind of the fantasy community, bro. Because when he got traded, bro, that's what I swear I see like 50 tweets, bro. Where everybody's like, so can Zach Ertz play twice this week? Because that would be awesome, bro. That shit is so funny, bro. But no, he cannot play twice. It's against the rules for players to play twice. But yes. So yeah, but back to this. I mean, of course, he's not going to be there this week.
Shout out to Zach Ertz.
Rondale Moore could be a good play, but yeah, bro, Zach Ertz. I feel like it helps go there more than Zach Ertz though, because it's still options out there in Arizona. Max Williams was breaking out, but he was doing it on 4 targets a game, pretty much. So I don't think Zach Ertz is going to get much more.
There's too many targets out there already for him to get
go there. It's finally free, baby. Let's go.
Let's go,
my God. We've been waiting so long for this shit.
It's so good to like find out news and that you didn't even know. And I'm I'm genuinely surprised right now. Like, that's crazy.
You said Zach Ertz. What you Zach Ertz up for?
I thought I was catching you or something. I'm like, why the fuck you keep saying that? Mr. Grapefruit, shout out Mr. Grapefruit. My running back situation is so crap. 10-man standard league. I got CMC, Zeke, CH, Damian, and Monty. The fact that is crap is crazy. And Patterson on the bye. I have to play Stevenson. That is pretty gross.
I would be doing exactly what Jesus is doing in that pit. Is that Jesus? Oh no, that's Matthew McConaughey. Just like Jesus. That's Matthew McConaughey dressed up as Jesus, man. But yeah, I'd be doing exactly what he was doing if I had that running back core right now, bro, because that is horrible luck, bro. So yeah, bro. Sorry.
2 weeks ago,
Stay strong, don't give up, bro. Keep working that waiver, man.
Nah, bro, I was moving, so I didn't really get to I wasn't up on like the fantasy news as I would normally be. But that's hilarious.
But just real quick though, man, like I made a tweet about the fantasy implications for Goddard. Like they were him and Ertz, because you remember they were pretty much splitting snaps out there, bro. So if you take their target share, they were a 25% target share between them, bro. So I feel like if Goddard like drops down to like a 19-20%, he's still going to be up there with the elites in terms of like tight end target share percentage. I think Kelsey is at like 20-21%. Same with Waller, so and Mark Andrews. So I feel like the sky's the limit for him, bro. We've been waiting years for the breakout, bro, and we saw he looked better than Ertz out there. I don't know why they were just giving Ertz more time or splitting time like that, but finally get to see it, bro. So I'm excited.
I'm excited as fuck. On to the other side, we got Cleveland starts, of course, Nick Chubb. I did see that he is out. Kareem Hunt steadily producing, man. 17 touches last week, 89 yards, scored twice. He's now scored every game except one this year. The Cardinals have allowed 204 yards through the air to the running back position. That's 15th in the NFL, but no touchdowns so far. But now that Chubb is out, Hunt is about to have like a monster game. He's an RB. He could have like an RB1 potential this week. Fringe starters, we got OBJ, man. After 2 weeks with at least 7 targets, he ended up last week with only 3. Hey Baker, you should probably like throw him the ball like accurately. That would be cool. He's only like one of the best wide receivers. So they're talking about trading him. So that's cool. He's ran 97 routes since he's returned. That's like second on the team, like a whole of wide receivers that's ran like routes all year. He's being targeted on 20% of his routes, but he's just not. Baker went from being one of the most accurate quarterbacks to like one of the most gunshot quarterbacks. It's really weird how that happened.
It is. But I mean, it honestly seems like he plays better with. I mean, I didn't want to say it coming into the year, bro, but it really does seem like he plays better without OBJ out there, bro. It's so weird. Like,
how weird is that?
The best freaking wide receivers playing with you, bro. You just can't get it right, bro.
Is he scared?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
weird,
something. Can't explain it, bro.
But with Chubb being out, I do think he could get some targets out there. The Cardinals have allowed the 11th most fantasy points to the wide receiver position. Volume is the only thing missing here from the scenario. accurate volume, that is, should I say. So, shout out to OBJ, man. If you have to start him, I feel like I don't know if you can sit him. Would you sit him this week?
I can. I'm sitting him in one league. I mean, but it's a dynasty where you got deep. But even then, I don't feel like he's done enough to really like warrant a starting spot. Like, I guess let's look at. I'm gonna look at
OBJ or Tyler Boyd. OBJ or Marvin Jones. OBJ or Leonard Shenault.
All
right.
That's gross. I can't believe it can't come to this point, but it is what it is. Got to adjust on the fly.
On to the other game, we got the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield, he's a sit for me. Threw 300 yards last week and 2 touchdowns for the first time. He threw 300 yards since week 1, and the first time all year he threw multiple touchdowns in a week. He's just not throwing the ball enough to be a QB1, one league quarterback starter. So he's a sit for me. David Njoku, I want to talk about him. He could be another trap. He splashed last week with all of the usage. He got 7 targets, caught all 7 of them for 149 yards and a touchdown. He's been limited at practice this week with a knee injury. Hooper and Njoku still have been on the field around the same time, both playing on the field 60% of the snaps. Arizona has defended against the tight end pretty well, allowing the fewest fantasy points to the position. So that all the people that are hype on trying to chase the Njoku stats, I would cool your turf.
Yeah, don't do it.
Time's now for him. Time to chill my turf.
Game script could possibly play out like it did last week, bro, but I'm not depending on that to play out again, bro. That's an outlier.
Appreciate that, bro. If you ain't already subscribed, I'm pretty sure you have, bro. But yeah, man, shout out to you. Go tell somebody else to subscribe if you already subscribed. On to is that all from that game?
Yeah, I'm not touching anybody else out there.
Pretty gross. Hopefully Jarvis Landry comes back pretty soon, man.
I think they designated him to return from IR, but I don't think it'll be this week. I think so he should be good to go next week. Just gotta keep an eye on the practice reports.
To the next game, we got 3.5-point favorite Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders, over under 44 points. Derrick Carr, after a 3-0 start, things been pretty shaky. Week 3, he's thrown over 210 yards, only scored 2 touchdowns, along with 2 interceptions. He's put up 7 PPR points last week against the Bears. I got him as a sit for me. Josh Jacobs, he's a must start every week.
Well, yeah, if he's healthy, you're starting him. You're starting him if he's healthy.
I mean, but okay, when I say must start, I mean I don't mean he's gonna be a stud.
Yeah,
I guess,
he's a solid.
Hey, we didn't talk about fucking John Gruden. That's what we didn't talk about.
Yeah, hey, he's out of here, bro. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah,
honestly, I mean, I feel like, and just keeping it to fantasy football, I feel like in years past, you see when a coach is fired or something like that, you get a little, post-fire bump from the players, bro. But this is kind of a different situation. It's a resignation. We don't know how these players felt about him before this news came out. So I don't know if they're gonna be just too distracted, or if they're gonna be focused enough. So this possibly could end bad for them, bro. So I don't know how to feel about them, man. I feel like, of course you're starting all the guys you would normally start, I feel like, but I'm kind of worried, bro. Kind of worried.
So speaking of normally start, does Henry Ruggs and Renfro fit into that for you?
Neither are must starts. I feel like they both. So if you need a high floor, of course, Renfro. He's been pretty consistent this year. I'm not sure what he got last year. I didn't have this game, so you remember?
Javar had this shit.
I don't want to misspeak.
Me either. Renfro is wide receiver 27, leading the wide receiver with 30.
Yeah, he had 8 last week. So that's pretty much his floor. I think that's his lowest. Yeah, that's his lowest point total that he's got all year. So he's that safety valve down the middle. So I think he is a start as a flex if you just need a high floor option. Ruggs
he's been on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Ruggs is same type of points, I feel like, but they get it in a different way. I feel like he gets Ruggs is more of that upside play. targeted down the field. He can get you 20 or he can get you like 5. So
yeah. He hasn't scored less than 6 points all year though.
Ruggs?
He can get you 6. Yeah.
Yeah, so 6. Yeah, exactly. So high upside, lower floor than Renfro, but I think they're both fine starts if you need it.
Of course, he's starting Darren Waller. He hasn't done.
He's been kind of average this year, bro. Like
you got to start him,
bro. You just give a dude 19 targets week 1, and it's like, you know what? We're gonna change this now, bro. Even though we won the game and everything, it's just fuck you.
We're gonna give you all these targets on your birthday. No more.
Exactly, bro. Sheesh.
On to the other side of the ball, we got Teddy Two Gloves. Not a good matchup. He's been playing kind of shaky last couple games. Raiders defense has the best pass rush and the second best pass coverage team according to PFF. So I'm sitting him, and we just don't know what this Raiders team is going to look like. You know what I'm saying? Without they could come out there just with no energy and just get the doors blown off.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised at that either. Marvin Jones and Javonte Williams. The running back.
Gordon.
What I say?
Marvin Jones.
Oh shit, Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. The running back carries have been decreasing in the last 2 weeks due to playing from behind. Both running backs are still splitting 50-50. I think you can still start both of them in the flex. It's not no real upside there, but there's running back landscape. You can feel comfortable starting them.
Yep, it's looking like Melvin Gordon should play, but he has been limited all week with like a knee injury, so something to monitor, because if Melvin Gordon does sit, then Javonte is a smash play, bro, because he clearly is the better running back at this point in their careers, bro. Like, that dude is breaking tackles all over the place. I want to say he's like second in missed tackles for us, so just something to monitor. But of course, with Melvin Gordon there, he's going to be kept, so just
Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick. Sutton is seeing a healthy dose of targets against the defense, giving up the 29th most points to the wide receiver position. So you can feel comfortable starting Sutton. Of course, that upside is always going to be capped. Tim Patrick, I don't feel comfortable starting him at this point. He's averaged around 6 targets a game, less than 40 yards, and he don't have any touchdowns yet.
But he's only scored under double digits one time this year, bro, which was the week before last. So I feel like he's that consistent. Like I said it like, last few weeks, I feel like with him, bro, he's just that player you don't really want to play. But if you are struggling with injuries or bye weeks, I feel like he's a great play as like a flex play. Of course, I'm starting him in a couple places, and the last time I started him was the week that he put up a dud. So just be aware that I'm starting him this week, so he might put up another dud this week.
Are you starting him against me?
Sundays redraft.
Let's go. I'm playing you on Sundays. Oh, the redraft?
Sundays redraft. Yeah, that's gonna be a good matchup, bro.
Yo, I hate multiple fucking app. Like,
I know.
Bro, just put it all on Sleeper, bro.
We were so close too, bro. Like, literally 99% of our leagues are on Sleeper. Then you just got this one ESPN league. Just
so gross, bro. So gross. Noah Fant, he's a must start. So, yep. On to the next game. We got the Dallas Cowboys 3.5-point favorites against New England, over under 50. Dallas, they've been like not that 550, you know what I'm saying, pass attempt offense like we thought they were going to be in the beginning of the season. And they do look good, man. They look good out there. So I don't think they're going back to that anytime soon.
Good for real life, bro. Kind of sucks for fantasy, bro, because their style of play and their defense is actually looking good out here. The running game is working real good, so that's limiting the ceiling of the CeeDee Lambs and the Coopers. And along with that, you got Dalton Schultz, who has been a nice surprise this year. That'd be a perfect transition to him. 7th among tight ends and targets, 4th in receptions, 5th in yards, bro. He's been targeted on 25% of his 120 routes ran, and he's 2nd among tight end in yards per route run, bro. So he's been balling this year. I think you got to stay in the flames with him. No, New England has been elite against tight ends. They're allowing the fourth
You muted yourself.
I don't know why I keep doing that. They've been a lead against tight ends, but the tight ends they faced were Gesicki in week 1 when he wasn't used. Remember we talked about that. Ryan Griffin, Adam Troutman, Cameron Brayton, Jordan Akins is literally the only tight ends they face. So none of the guys that I mentioned are as involved as Schultz. So I'm not really worried about the matchup or the points that they've given up, because that's why you got to look a little bit deeper into stuff like that, because you might get tricked. So I think he's a top 6 option this at tight end, bro. So I'm rolling him out there.
Get down.
Yep. So of course you're still starting the Dax and the receivers, Cooper and Lamb. You got to adjust expectations a little bit, bro, because they're not going to be in a if they're not going to be in a game where it projects to be a shootout, bro. Then it's not going to happen, bro. And I don't think it's going to be like
50 points. It's pretty. I mean, 50 points.
I think it should be an under, bro, because you got the Patriots who they don't put up a lot of points.
Yeah, I didn't see where those points was going to come from.
You know what I mean? And then you got Dallas who's playing a more like run-centered offense, bro, and playing good defense. Like, they're not in shootouts like we're accustomed to seeing. So if I was a betting man, which I kind of am, but I'm not betting on games. I've been screwed so many times, right? But if I was, I would take the under on this game, because I don't see it hitting 50, bro.
Who do you think the Patriots are going to take away? Like, they always take away the superstar. Who do you think is the superstar that gets taken away?
Well, shit, I hope they take away the run, bro, because that would be awesome.
Amazing.
For my
receiving
options.
Yeah,
man, that's a good question, bro. I mean, I was joking, bro. They might do that, bro, because that's been the most successful part of their offense, bro.
Yeah.
Or they might just play it straight up, bro, because Dallas has that team where you could just pick your poison, bro. And if you want to stop the run, then we literally have CeeDee Lamb and Cooper. If you want to take those guys out, we have Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, bro. So I really don't see them being able to just take anybody out and just be successful with it, bro, because they'll just beat you another way. So just got to wait and see with that. But speaking of the run game, Tony Pollard is a solid flex play for me, averaging just under 13 opportunities per game, 10.8 half PPR points per game. And they've been one of the most run-heavy team in the league this year. And so I think he's a nice flex play this week.
I do like a Tony Pollard, yes.
I think that is all for that side of the ball. For New England, find Jacoby Myers, bro. He scored a touchdown this week? Or will he remain one of the biggest outliers? He's going to score a touchdown, or he's just going to continue to be the biggest outlier known to man, bro. It doesn't happen like this, bro. I feel like you can get lucky, bro, and just fall into the end zone, bro. Like, it's unexplainable, bro. I don't know. But leads the receivers in New England in routes, 24% target share, so that's healthy. He'll be at every week wide receiver too if he scored more touchdowns. If it's not the case, but he does have a nice matchup against Jordan Lewis, who has a PFF grade of 52 and allowing a 64% catch rate. Dallas will score points, so New England will have to keep throwing to keep up, I feel like, and so I like Jacoby as a high-end wide receiver 3 this week, with the potential to blow up if he finally scores a touchdown. So that's how I feel about him.
How do you feel about Mac Jones? Oh, go ahead.
I still don't like Mac Jones, bro. I feel like he's doing really, really good in real life, bro. It's just the ceiling, bro. Like, it's just, unless they're forced to.
I think they're going to have to throw. I think they're going to have to.
Yeah, they might. But then again, bro, like, Dallas hasn't been, like, blowing anybody out. They've been controlling the clock. They've been controlling the game, bro. So it could happen. And if it does happen, then maybe. But I wouldn't start him. I would look for other options. QB2, if you have to, okay. But because I don't think he's going to sink you or anything. He's just not going to win you a week. So, and that's pretty much how I will feel about him every week. Yeah. So Hunter Henry last week pretty much confirmed that he is the guy over Geno Smith. He ran 20 routes compared to just 6 for Geno. The priority signing that they made and they paid all this money to, they gave him 6 routes last week. So I don't know what's going on out there. On the year, Henry is at 100. Yeah, it's weird. 135 routes and then 71 ran for Geno. Solid streaming option this week with Dallas allowing the 8th most points to the position. So like Hunter Henry this week. The only sit I have is for on that side of the ball is New England running backs. Damian Harris did return to practice, so he should be good to go. But I am worried if I do have to depend on him. Not only is he banged up, but he's had some ball security issues. And we all know that's a quick way to end up in Belichick's doghouse. We haven't heard from J.J. Taylor since his fumble. So just, how it goes when you go to rock, bro. Yep. Stevenson has also been talked up a lot recently. So I wouldn't be surprised if he started to eat more into Harris's workload. And lastly, Dallas has been great against running backs, allowing the 5th fewest points to the position. So Damian Harris is a boring RB3 for me this week, even in a potentially high scoring game. So I would be looking.
But be careful. I think he's still questionable for.
Yeah. That's if he goes, of course. And I'm only looking to start Ramondre Stevenson if Harris can't go this week. But even if he doesn't go, I think Stevenson is a good stash, bro, because I know he got injured last week, but Stevenson did get touches when Harris went out. And they've been talking him up recently. So if Harris continues to struggle and fumble and if he continues to get banged up, then I could see opportunity for Stevenson to come in and get more work out here.
Do you like Bowden?
Yeah. He's operating as the poor James White role, averaging just under 5 targets per game. So he's in flex consideration with the potential that New England falls behind early in the game, but not super confident in it. He's just
especially if New England falls behind.
Maybe like a full PPR play, but he's not doing nothing on the ground or anything.
No, for sure.
And that's it.
I like it. I do think Bowden is a sneaky play this week. I like him.
Brandon Bowden. Yep.
Mm-hmm. On to the next game. Where we at? We at Sunday Night Football?
Yep.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. Been in the bed that summer learning the mile. Getting to say and Russ broke his finger. Waiting all day for the Sunday night. Big Ben sucks. Woo!
Trash.
On to the fucking Seahawks. The starters for the Seahawks. I got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Of course, Russell Wilson being out is going to affect them because he is just so deadly accurate, even though they don't get, just crazy amounts of volume. But the volume that they do get is so accurate, you can't miscount what Russell Wilson is for that offense. Geno looked good, but that just could have been, just a brief in the wind, but you never know. But they have to throw them the ball, so I guess you have to play them as wide receiver 2s right now, and we just see what happened next. Chris Carson, like we mentioned earlier, is on the IR. Alex Collins, still, I feel like he's a great replacement. 17 touches, 72 yards last week, didn't find the end zone. He's receiving that running back 1 workload, though. The Steelers are 4th in fantasy points allowed to the running back. They've yet to allow a touchdown this year. So that's not a great matchup, but the volume should be there enough for him to be one of those low-end RB2s, maybe a RB3. But like we mentioned, the running back landscape right now is so gross.
It's to the point where if you have Alex Collins, you're starting all the Devin Bookers and Daryl Williams and Alex Collins, bro.
Shit, if the goddamn wind blow the right way, I might start Tyson Williams.
Yeah, for real. I feel you, bro.
This shit is gross. Sits for them. I got Geno Smith. Of course, like I said, we saw Geno take over last week. It's really hard to go back to any real stats. Last week he did complete 10 passes for 131 yards and a touchdown, and through that game-losing interception, which was Tyler Lockett's fault. It was Tyler Lockett's fault. But he did also have 23 rushing yards, so that was nice to see. It's like a bit of a Konami code. You have to go back to like 2014 to see any real stats on him. So it's like the Pittsburgh is 19th in fantasy points allowed to the quarterback position and have allowed on average 15 yards on the ground to the quarterbacks. So he could have a spot in there to score a couple points. If you're like me and have to start Geno, you just got to roll the dice and see what happens.
Look.
But
I'm starting him in the league too. Super flex.
I would super flex, of course, but I wouldn't like force him into my lineup. That's pretty much it.
Tyler Lockett and DK. I feel a little more confident in DK Metcalf, of course, just because he's a freaking monster. But Lockett could struggle a little bit because him and Russell just had that connection. Still starting him, but he's not like a Sherlock, a sure start like he has been in the past. So start him this week, and we'll reevaluate next week and see how they're using.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sit him on your bench and then he fucking go crazy. So we'll see what happens. On to the starts for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, Najee Harris stepping into that stud role. Now double-digit fantasy points in every week except week 1 when people was talking shit about him early. The number 4 running back in half PPR leagues. Seattle is giving up the 3rd most fantasy points to the running back positions and at least 6 receptions to the running back position. The game, Najee Harris is about to go crazy.
Yeah, he's about to eat.
Deontay Johnson, I also have him as a start. Weird week last week, only seeing 2 targets, but it was great for him to catch a touchdown on one of them targets and have 72 yards to go with it. So he didn't kill you on his off week. Seattle's giving up the 5th most fantasy points to the wide receiver position, so I got him as a locked-in start. He seems to be the only thing not affected by Big Ben sucking ass. Chase Claypool, I know like Carlos mentioned before, he's not as confident in him. After missing the week before, he did get 6 targets last week, catching 5 of them for 130 yards and a touchdown. He has run the most routes on the team, is being targeted 25% of the time he runs his routes. And like I mentioned, the wide receiver position by the Seattle's getting the 5th most points. So I feel like you can start him comfortably.
Oh, yeah, he's a start this week.
Sits, I got Pat Freiermuth, but I do want to mention I didn't even try. He did play more snaps than Ebron last week, and with Juju being out, I think that the tight end position could be something that we look, you know what I'm saying, that you could look to stash him. Also sitting Big Ben, sorry ass, he just hasn't showed you anything, even in this great matchup, to want to start him. So you got to sit him. I think that is all for them. Also James Washington. I feel like if he's on the waivers, you should pick him up. With Juju being out all year, I know they signed Anthony Miller, but James Washington has a rapport with Big Ben. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a good week, but I just couldn't confidently tell you to start him.
Nah, the over-under is only at, 42? So
40.
Shouldn't be too many points scored. Like hope it ain't. Hope it's better than that, because we've been getting spoiled with these primetime matchups this year, bro.
Yeah,
it's been some great games on primetime. So hopefully they don't disappoint with these horrible quarterbacks they got going up. One horrible quarterback. We'll give Geno a chance this year.
Yeah, we'll see what Geno do, bro.
Yeah,
he looked fire, bro. I was happy, bro.
He did.
I'm always
I was like, damn, okay.
I was like, goddamn, Geno, let's go. Let's not be sorry. That's how you not be sorry when the pressure come on.
Yep.
Let me see. That's it for Sunday night. So now, are you ready? Oh, hold on. We got a question before we get into Sunday night. I thought we did. I see it. Maybe. There you go. Sup, fellas? I'm 5-0. Congratulations. 10-team PPR, bro. 2 flex, trade Najee and Amari for CMC and Jacoby. My running backs are Eckler, Monty, Moss. Wide receivers are Dante, Devontae, Deontay, Godwin, and Sutton. So you want to trade Najee and get CMC?
I would not do that.
Especially with him being hurt. Najee is basically CMC right now.
You remember, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, bro, where somebody had a question about trading for CMC, and I just can't trade for hurt players, bro, because we don't know how long he's going to be out, bro. If he comes back and he's great, then, you know, trade for him, bro. But we just don't know, bro. Like, if I can give up maybe like another running back, bro, I just don't like giving up Najee, bro. He's getting so much volume out there, bro. He's being targeted, bro. He's like a CMC light, and
that's what I said.
Amari Cooper, So I would keep that Amari deal.
Cooper, I do see you trying to get off Amari Cooper. I feel like he is a packageable deal, but Najee, I'm trying to hold on a top 5 running back.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, bro.
For sure.
5-0, bro. You have a monster squad, bro.
The best trade is no trade sometimes.
Stay in them flames, bro.
Make sure you like and subscribe, bro, if you haven't already. My bond, I'm not going to try to ruin your name, bro. That's my thing on the show. I don't know how to pronounce names, so
horrible name. Don't take it offensive.
I traded DJ Moore Henderson for Stephon Diggs and Chase Edmonds.
Don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. Of course, Stephon Diggs does. Like, we're gonna talk about him in a second, but he hasn't been the same as he was last year. He's still getting the air yards, the targets, but it's just a lot more options out there. So I just feel like his ceiling is going to be capped. Blow up game, I feel like it's coming this week, but as far as like for a whole year, Henderson has been a beast this year, bro. He was really close to having like a super monster game last week. He set out that drive and Sony got the touchdown, but they're treating him, they're giving him the volume, bro. And DJ Moore, of course, he had one down week last week, but he's been a super stud this year too. So it's not a bad trade, but I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, we talked about Chase Edmonds earlier in the episode. I don't really like Chase Edmonds' outlook. Hey man, make sure you like and subscribe, man. And you know what I'm saying. Next time, send us that trade at our Gmail or somewhere, so we can like give you a couple buckets. Yeah, man. No. If you go to the website and contact us, you know what I'm saying, and go through the Gmail or whatever, we'll give you specific advice. You know what I mean? I got you. Follow the session, join the session, all that.
Like you can message fantasy in session, like where? Somewhere.
All these places down there.
Yeah, all that.
We gonna answer all of them. No kidding. Hold on. Let's see. Were we on Monday Night Football? Oh, hold on, one more. Big dog. Who do I start at Marquis Brown this week? Marquis Brown. I didn't even have to read anymore. Marquis Brown,
6 receiver. If you want to hear the breakdown on his game, you can go back to our last episode that we recorded on Wednesday.
For sure.
He's in the middle of a breakout year, so you definitely want to stay in those flames.
Keep him in there. Make sure you like and subscribe, brother. On to the last game. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party. Yeah. The Buffalo Bills are 5.5-point favorite at the Tennessee Titans over under 53.5 points. We got Josh Allen. Of course, he's going to start the Great White Hope. The running back situation out there, Zach Moss and Devin Singletary. Moss out-snapped Singletary last week with 74% of the snaps to Singletary, who played under 30%. How do you feel about that running back situation?
Yes, Zach Moss has been moving up the ranks every week ever since that weird week 1 game where he set out. But he's finished as a top 15 play twice, finished as a top 30 play in all 4 weeks. And he just seems like the preferred option when they when they are in leads and controlling the clock or whatever. So, and that it profiles to be like that this week with them being a 5.5-point favorites. So I like him as a running back too, bro. Of course, he's still splitting somewhat with Singletary, and you always going to have to worry about not even worry. It's going to happen. Josh Allen vulturing some looks on the goal line, but he's getting targeted. He is seeing the majority of the workload, and he's playing on a great offense, bro. So he's going to have opportunities to score every week. So I like Zach Moss this week, bro.
Yeah, I'm mad I didn't get him in a lot of places that people were trying to like just give him away basically this offseason. If you have Zach Moss anywhere and you're trying to give him away, I am a running back person in need. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Help me in
Sunday's Dynasty, bro. I'll trade him to you. You don't need no running back. Yeah, you kind of do.
I mean, shit. If CMC don't ever fucking come back, God damn that shit ruined my whole plan, bro. It ruined everything. Well, CMC
he's not 1-on-1 next year, bro. Somebody's gonna get a value, but hopefully he stays out.
Najee Harris might be 1-on-1 for me, bro. If it was laughable when I said Najee Harris get 90 fucking targets. Hey,
yeah, it is looking a little more realistic now, but yeah, he's a beast.
On to another one of my favorite plays. We got Dawson Knox, man. I've been talking about him for a long time. He's in the middle of another one of his. He's in the middle of a breakout season, also. Or like we mentioned, it's due to the touchdowns, but this tight end, that's what you're looking for. A tight end that's going to score touchdowns.
But he's being targeted downfield too. It ain't just like dink and dunk with him. Of course, you would like to see more volume, but the fact that he's being targeted downfield and he does have that touchdown upside every week, man. He made a play on somebody last week from Kansas City where he threw it to the right spot, but he kind of mossed dude, bro. So he's shown he's pretty athletic too. So I definitely like Dawson Knox.
I told you I used to talk about him a lot. I feel like he's a great pass catcher wide receiver. I mean pass catcher tight end. The wide receivers, that's what I was about to mention. We talked about Stephon Diggs. Of course, like you mentioned, man, we all expected a little bit more from Stephon Diggs. There's a couple of those guys out there that we expected more from, but they just haven't been it.
He could have scored a touchdown last week too, bro. Like, what the fuck? Did you see that? I don't know if he was trying to showboat or not, but he Josh Allen connected with him downfield, bro, where if he would have turned one way, he could have just walked into the end zone. I don't know if he knew this safety was right next to him, bro, so he kind of turned that way. He kind of slowed down and turned the wrong way, bro, and the dude just tackled him, bro. But if he would have turned the opposite way towards the end zone, he would have scored, bro. I don't know if it was showboat or he just didn't know he was there, but he didn't score because of that shit.
Pow, got his ass.
You know, and that's just another reason why you got to just look more into box score, bro, because he's still being targeted a lot. He's you know what I mean? Like, he's still a stud, bro. And the blow-up game could definitely be this week.
I also fucked around and traded. I traded Swift for him in a redraft. It wasn't a bad trade until Saquon got hurt. So shout out to me. That's another 1-4 team I got that with Eckler and Saquon on the same team. So shout out to me, bro. Damn. Emmanuel Sanders is somebody who I love, man. He's been showing out. Sanders has been the guy the last 3 games has scored at least 13 points in each week, and has had at least 6 targets. He's been a great wide receiver too, and against his secondary for the Titans, I think he has been a locked in start. Cole Beasley's been dropping value ever since Emmanuel Sanders been rising, so I feel like that Cole Beasley being that sneaky PPR start, it's kind of like not as dependable as it once was. So I got him as a sit for me.
I agree. Not only Emmanuel Sanders, but Dawson Knox, who we just talked about. Like, they both have been creeping into his targets. So, yeah, not looking, because he never had the ceiling anyway. So if he's not getting the targets to give him that high floor, then he's, no use to me, bro. No offense.
No use to me. You're out of here, mom.
You're out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of my room, mom.
Stupid.
On to the other side of the ball, we got Ryan Tannehill. He's not really having the season we also expected him to have with Julio Jones, AJ Brown, the great assortment of just wealth that he had on the offensive side of the ball. Ryan is a sit against the best defense in the league. The Buffalo Browns, they're holding quarterbacks to 12. The fucking Buffalo Browns, because I didn't believe it. This Jabbar shit says, so I didn't believe it because I think the Cleveland Browns are best. So I was like, hold on. But anyway, man, the Buffaloes only allowing 12 fantasy points per game to the quarterback position. So I guess they are pretty good. That's pretty good. So, of course, we're going to sit Ryan Tannehill, starting great King Henry. Bro, like, it was looking pretty bleak, and then out of nowhere, he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. He's just a machine, bro. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. I need him to power me through this week also.
Of course, you're not trading him in redraft, but Dynasty, bro, like, even in Dynasty, bro, I'm just gonna just keep him until the wheels fall off, bro. Like,
I just traded for him. I traded for him. So fuck it.
Like, in Dynasty, you always try to get out. It's, they say it's better to get out a year ahead than on time, pretty much with the running back. Like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna enjoy these riches, bro. And
we do not care. What's that? Stephon? That's
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. Hey, we do not care.
Don't care. I don't care about your regression or anything, bro. I don't care what he's on pace for.
None of that.
Yeah, he's on my lineup
until he
retires.
AJ Brown and Julio Jones, we mentioned them. The Bills are the best defense against the pass. When it comes to fantasy, they are allowing the fewest fantasy points to the wide receiver group all year. And the wide receiver group for the Titans have been struggling already. It's a
AJ Brown has a 40% catch rate on the year, bro. That is horrible.
Yeah.
But it's not going to continue. I hope it doesn't anyway, because that's horrible.
Yeah.
So
Julio is expected to play also.
Yep, he's practicing full. So Tannehill does have his full, weaponry out there. So,
man, if you will,
we'll see how that goes. Still not starting Tannehill, but Julio and AJ, I guess it's like wide receiver 3s. That sounds so gross to say out loud, bro, but it is what it is, man. AJ Brown hasn't finished higher than wide receiver 33, and Julio had number 18 finish, but the other 2 weeks was 76 and 60. So just hasn't been there for him. You're hoping that I can turn it around because it is a high scoring game this week, but it's not a good matchup. So we'll see. I think you should start him as wide receiver 3s, but I wouldn't argue with anybody that wants to go another way.
Yeah. like you said, bro. It's just so weird that you even have to like think about starting these two. Like coming into the year, everybody was like, "Who's going to be top 12?" You know, nah, man. They're both going to finish top 12. Yeah, how about that?
Fucking, this is the first year I had AJ Brown in one of my leagues too, bro.
Me too.
It is just not going good, bro. I hate when that happens, bro. Because now next year, bro, I'm not gonna want AJ Brown, bro, and he's gonna
every
have
fucking Saints
wide
player.
receiver one.
Insert every Saints player I ever fucking drafted in my life.
Bro. I gotta
insert Allen Robinson, who I never really get the opportunity to draft, but the one time I get the opportunity to draft Allen Robinson, he's ass cheeks. Cliff Kingsbury just got tested positive for COVID, so he won't coach this weekend. Shout out to Jay Glazer and Sleeper. Yeah, man, but that's all I got from that game. I don't think you want to start any of the tight ends. So
nope.
Damn, bro. The wide receiver position is ugly out there. That's pretty much it, man. You got anything else for week 6? I played Carlos a lot here week 6. I don't like talking shit.
You play me in 2 leagues. 1 league, I'm not even counting, bro. No, I'm not.
Oh, no.
Bro, that shit don't count, bro. You see everybody I got on bye, bro. All my fucking playmakers are on bye.
CMC is hurt. I got CMC hurt.
Can we just play next week, bro?
Hey, you wouldn't win. You probably wouldn't win regardless, bro. That shit.
That would be so wild. I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna talk like if I win.
That's why I'm not talking. Hey, listen, bro. I'm not talking shit to you in no leagues, bro. In no leagues, bro. I'm not even talking any shit, bro. I'm not talking no shit because
shit. I might be in trouble then, boy.
You might be in trouble because when I seen Marathon, when I seen them fucking duds, and I said, you
was writing out the message, and then Jalen Hurts fucking put up his second rush. I was like, I believe.
Hey, fucking that sleeper will get you every time. That green line.
Projections,
hey, oh my god. Yeah. Sleeper, hey, shout out to y'all for putting that green line on there because you can't help but to look at it, bro.
Exactly. But it's just not good. But it's a projection, bro. So 9 times out of 10 it should be correct, but of course, it's fantasy football. So
ain't nothing like when that shit go from 1% on fucking Sunday to fucking 40%, and then next thing you know,
like, shit,
you might be fucking losing, my guy.
Hell yeah.
But man, shit, if y'all ain't got nothing else, I think we got all the comments. Let's get out of here, bro. See, Javar, he didn't fucking show up, like we mentioned. We knew it wasn't coming.
Stupid. Good luck this week
to everybody except Los.
Oh no.
Peace. Fantasy. It's session. Fantasy. It's session.